It's a really intriguing time to be an Indian woman cricketer. In fact, it's intriguing to be a woman in today's cricket world. This used to be known as a gentleman's game. It's now everyone's game. On Big Basket presents the RCB Podcast, we speak to our women cricketers and find out how cricket changed their lives. They say heavy is the head that wears the crown, but not for Queen Smriti Mandhana, who amongst all her accolades this season now walks in as a world champion. I was thinking of how to introduce you. I think Queen Smriti Mandhana is the best, and your crown is still shine. You know, they say heavy is the head that wears the crown. Ye sab line to suna hoga, heavy is the head that wears the crown. But you wear it very well. And I don't call you a queen. I just saying like king, emperor, royal, power. It's like this year you've been in the zone, man. Do you feel like that? Clearly not.
Not really. I mean, whenever I see RCB edits and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm too shy with all that.
Smriti Mandhana and all that. It's not just RCB edits. Everyone calls you the queen. You would have seen it, I mean, during the World Cup, all the fans and their little banners. Like, that's just like your nickname now, the queen.
I don't know how do I even respond to that. Pretty shy with that. But I think there's one inner personality in me which believes I am, but I don't like let it come out. There's whenever there's a swag song, like that personality doesn't match to it, but there's an inner me which feels the song. Like I understand. Oh,
listen, when you're batting, your personality matches it. ठीक है?
यार हंसती रहती हूँ कहाँ? Everyone makes fun of me. Like there's no aggression. There's no. In my head, even if I'm aggressive, it just doesn't come in my body language. That's
so I would love to know in your head, what is the aggression? Like, is it in terms of what you say to yourself, or you talk in that moment? Like, वो aggression बाहर आता तो है.
For me, batting, if I get beaten, I have a lot of ego as a batter. If I get beaten, I can't take it. Or if I get out in nets also, say if it's a bold or LBW by any chance, which I don't want to get ever, that's two dismissals. If I have that kind of a thing, I can't take it. So that aggression is there in me a lot. Like, I have to be a perfectionist in batting. And I feel my aggression is all reserved to batting only because I just can't take those things. And maybe if someone's not really working hard enough kind of a place, then I have in my head where that aggression comes out. But again, every time I'm on 90s and I'm like, okay, I'm going to celebrate my 100 this way and I'm going to do all of those things, nothing comes. I'm just like, at the end, at least I've gotten a little better with, I'm doing a little fist pump at least. Otherwise, I used to be just like that.
And it's high up in the air.
ये तो आउट है. Tissues. ये तो 6 है. Party. Out. 6.
What a smashing victory.
Big Basket. Everything you need delivered now.
You came into the World Cup as, you're rated as the number one in this format. You're on this run scoring free. Sometimes they're personal milestones, sometimes they're professional milestones. You yourself had situations. You could see sometimes a disappointment on your face when you get out, because your expectations or the world's expectations, you are that much higher. So till you're 100 in that World Cup, what were you going through mentally?
I mean, I came into the World Cup with an amazing form. Of course, scored 200s in the Australia series. And the first 3 matches didn't go as planned. And in one-day cricket, I pride myself not to get out like in the first 10 overs for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't really, like as I said, that ego is there in my head. Not ego also, I don't know what's that thing called.
It's a good word. Ego is not a negative word.
Yeah, I mean a good ego in terms of that how can I get out. The first 3 matches, I remember we were at Visakhapatnam when we lost to South Africa. And I had this conversation with myself where I was like looking up and I was like, what did I do this time wrong? Like every World Cup, you kind of, if you don't go the way you want to, you kind of have this conversation that what did I do wrong? So after the Dubai World Cup, which we could not qualify, I had this conversation around myself that how I want to change the way I train or do a lot of things. So after last 1 year, I was very particular, consistent with my training. I did not miss any sessions with my diet. And after first 3 matches, I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like this time, I am actually doing everything right.
Was it pressure?
I don't think because, I mean, I was batting well only. Even in the nets, I was batting well. Maybe the short selections were not happening. And I don't know if it was pressure or maybe I was not able to take the right choices on that particular day, because for me batting is about just responding to the ball. I don't rate myself batting in terms of mentally. Mine is more like a responsive batting. So my batting has to feel good. There's something which I didn't find myself feel good in that first 3 matches. Like I was batting well in nets, but the setup did not feel right. So I had to do a lot of shadows around night time and all to fix it. And then I had this conversation and with God, which is weird, but I was like, and then of course the next match, I was too determined against Australia. We lost that match, but I got an 80.
Yeah.
So somewhere I was like, okay, fine, I'm getting the rhythm. But we still lost. And again, I'm like, what are we doing wrong? And the England match was the most disappointed I was, especially with myself. I mean, we were on
I
course
remember
to
your face.
yeah,
the
it
camera
wasn't tears. I
no,
don't
it
know why
wasn't
people
tears,
thought
but camera.
tears.
Yeah, you know how people are. But
Yeah.
you know the camera's watching you. But I just remember your expression, and it could really read
It was
into
very
it.
hard. That England match took me a lot of time because we were on course of chasing 270. We knew how important that match is for us to qualify, and I mean we just were like 35 runs required of some, I don't know how many, like almost equal number of balls.
Yeah.
And I remember in my head trying to go for a 6 at that point and holding it out and long off. And I just came out and then we lost 2 wickets and I was like, why did I play that shot? And it kind of killed me. Like not why we lost, it just killed me that I could not finish the match for the team. And it took me that night and we had a flight to Mumbai. And that whole flight I was just like disappointed. I that's the only time I could not speak to anyone. Generally I'm very like sane, good things, bad things, I'll be the same person. But that day I was stressing a lot. That time I was under pressure for sure. After England match was the most pressure I felt. And before the New Zealand match, I mean I was just telling myself we can't not qualify for a home World Cup. That will do very bad to women's cricket in India. It will take us 20 years back.
You really thought like that? Like that's
For sure. Like as a women cricketer, we always have this because we have to keep doing well in the world events for people to have that sort of an interest and keep going. We can't. It's just not about winning at that particular moment. But we know that our performance, if we don't do the way we want to, women's cricket in India is gonna go 5 years, 10 years back, and then you have to start building the momentum again. So for sure, I had those thoughts where we can't be losing this match, or we can't not qualify for a home World Cup. That would not be good. And I remember whole night before the New Zealand match, I was like stressing. I would have never have been stressed for.
But who did you speak to? Like, who do you talk to when who are your teammates? Like, how do you take that?
Not much. I don't think I talk.
Or you
to a
just
lot.
live in the stress?
Yeah, I think I like to live. I think I watch the wall. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a very. I can't express a lot. Of course, I have friends. Everyone was there around. Like, not many people will even understand if something's So I've been that person, and I think I like to continue being that person. Of course, there are a lot of people like these. Everyone was there around me. They kind of knew that okay, we're always stressed. So कौन किसको ही बात करेगा? Everyone is stressed, and I feel you can talk to n number of people, but that battle is yours, and you have to fight that battle on your own. You like that talk or a chat is going to make you feel good for that 15-20 minutes, but at the end my philosophy of life is that you have to sleep alone, you have to wake up alone, you have to go and bat alone. So I mean that person is not going to come and help you in batting. So I don't know, I somehow don't really, maybe I'm that person only, it doesn't come naturally to me to share stuff. But and also again I rely a lot on Mahabharat. If at all I have any like situations where I don't feel right, I go on and start watching a lot of Mahabharat episodes or read
Did
a lot
you
of.
watch anything during that phase?
Yeah, I did. So I have this
देखा आपने?
5-6 episodes marked, which are Mahabharat episodes, the recent one. So I go like it's a Karm Yoga where Krishna ji explains Arjuna about life and all the 3 yogas. So that's my favorite episodes. And then of course Bhagavad Gita also. I have a small one which I read.
I think on social media also you'd put a few phrases.
Yeah, I do. I feel every answer is there in that. We just have to find what you feel like, and every person will find their own answers in their own ways. So I feel I rely a lot on that. Anything, I remember losing the match against Australia in Dubai in the T20 World Cup.
Also close.
And coming to the room, and first thing I do is I put my laptop and I start Mahabharat and I sleep. I like listening to it. For me, that's therapy.
Yeah.
More than anything. And if you have a conversation and you get any advice, I feel that's advice. That's life advice for you there.
For a lot of us, therapy was watching you and Pratika bat and have that partnership because we knew now we're in a good place watching you raise the bat for a World Cup 100, a home World Cup 100. That's going to be special.
It was considering the
And the build up to
importance
that
of the
moment.
match,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
considering the whole noise before that match, how we are not
what
deserving.
were some of the things? क्या कह रहे थे लोग? Go back cooking and what did you?
We were not like a lot on that.
I don't remember paying attention to much. A lot of people said go back to the kitchen, do this. I believe these. Did you hear any of that? That these are the things that the usual trolls were
few
saying.
girls, yeah, of course. Like there are some, I think, reserved trolls for women, which keeps
which
coming,
only focus on the kitchen.
Yeah,
but anyway.
and which keeps coming back. But yeah, I mean, more than anything, for us as a team, we prepped so well. See, for what people talk is that changes. That changes overnight. We've seen now. We've seen that more than. That's why my song also, which I put for when we won the World Cup, was around that.
Yeah.
So that is gonna change, and that's how India is. I mean, that's how we are. I mean, we all appreciate good things. We can't take bad things. We are gonna get criticized. But as a team, the way we were, everyone was just helping each other in ups and downs, and all of those things. I just thought that this team, this set of humans, can't do anything where we will not qualify for a World Cup semi-final at our home, and that kind of was eating me up. That we've done a lot of things right, like even for the 6 months of prep of everything, we've done a lot of things right. So I was just thinking in that way that I don't want this to happen to my team. So that was more of my conversation to myself.
Yeah. The fastest 100 by an Indian. You knew at that point it was the fastest. You'd broken Virat's record and all that. No, nothing.
A lot of people asked me after that you hit that for a 6 because you wanted to do. I said, "Abhi koi stats पढ़ के थोड़ी जाता है."
But 100 of like 50 deliveries is a pretty big thing. Like somewhere down the line, you do kind of keep track of those, like how many deliveries you faced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, but like pre-match, I'm not gonna think that I'm gonna be fastest and
of course.
But when you're chasing 400, what's an option? Like you have to hit. But yeah, I mean that knock was also nice in a way where it kind of built us up a lot for the World Cup. We kind of had that belief that okay, we can actually go on to chase 400 as well and play this brand of cricket against Australia.
So I had a chat with Arundhati and she said the same thing. She said it was that game that made us believe that we can win that semi-final, because more than the final, for me, I'm telling you, watching that, I rate the semi-final as one of the best ever. It was like one of those era-changing wala games, mindset wala shift wala game.
For sure. I mean, the way, everyone batted in that game. Everyone looked positive. Even there was a lot of calmness in between the innings. Like we got hit over 300. So generally in a semi-final, you know that maybe a 1 year earlier team would be like, oh, okay, we are done, maybe. But there was a lot of positiveness around that. Oh, okay, we can chase this. We are going to chase this. We are not thinking not to chase it. So that one thing was very special about the whole team. I would say even like people who were sitting out, they all kind of were like, we've done it in Delhi. We were closer. We got 370 odd runs in Delhi against the same opposition. Again, the wicket is flat. There's dew. So we still can do it. And everyone also batted in that fashion. Like whoever went to bat looked positive. They didn't look like defending any ball. And then, of course, Jami's knock was very special. But I also feel like Jami's knock was for sure very special. But what Rose, Deepti, Richa played.
I mean, everyone came out.
Of course, Harman and Jami had that amazing partnership. But later on, I felt even what Deepti or Richa did and took the pressure off Jami completely. I mean, that was pretty special too. So, I mean, as you said, it was just amazing to watch. I didn't see the match live. I was inside watching it on TV and asking everyone what happened, what happened.
You must have been hearing crowd react because like it was one of the most emotionally charged I've seen fans and crowds.
Yeah. I mean, the whole World Cup for us was, we didn't know, like, everyone was just so passionate about it. And yeah, the semi-final like kind of took the whole World Cup off to a different level.
Like you said, it was special responsibility, right? Because there were two things that I noticed. One was, of course, Jemmy. Every time a new wicket fell, a batter came, she somehow found the gap. Okay, she played one of those shots, and whether it was Deepti, Richa, Amanjot who finished off the
Aman,
game,
yeah,
you know,
I
it was
forgot
a
Aman,
big
yeah.
thing. That you rushing in, running in, knowing that it was, you know, a teammate of yours who had very vocally after that spoke about how much she had struggled or how hard it was for a team to lose 3 matches, yeah, back to back in a home World Cup. It was such a release of emotions watching you also just running in, being with your teammates.
That's the most embarrassed I felt after watching that video.
Yeah.
When I saw myself running in. That's the most emotions on the field, but and the fastest I've run, I think I was. But yeah, I again, it was just the whole emotions around in middle of the innings, having those doubts, and then at the end realizing that we've actually gonna play the final of the home World Cup, and
Yeah.
it's like it's been a long road, especially for 3-4 of us, where we've been part of few World Cups, but we couldn't go over the line. So I mean, that run was also because we saw what Jemmy was going through. I mean, in terms of emotionally as well. So just for me to see her finish the match the way she did, and I don't know, it just whole lot of emotions with everything came together, and I just like ran. I don't think I ran in any other match, but it's just that
No,
match.
that was special to see. You know, I think if we could have run on the ground and celebrated with you, we would have also done that. That World Cup final, dreams realized, emotions, pressure taken off, eras changed, lives changed. You know, that's the kind of victory it was. People's lives will change with that. Not just yours, but other people.
Yeah.
How's your life changed after that?
Well, I didn't get a lot of
Being a
time.
World Cup winner, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but to be fair, when I saw everyone going back to their home and getting that kind of a welcome, I mean, I would have not been on Instagram that much as I was for the next 4-5 days after World Cup. I was just feeling very happy for everyone. I am not that person. I don't like it. Like, to be fair, I don't like to go back and have a big this and all of that. But whenever I was seeing all the girls having that, I was just feeling so nice. I felt like a kid, like, oh wow, ye ho raha hai iske saath. Arey, like Kranti's getting this or this is happening. You know, I just felt like that kid in me had come out, and I was just like, everything on Instagram, we all were sharing with each other. Look, everyone was on the road celebrating the victory. This is happening. Crackers are bursted. That's happening. All of those things for us. I felt a little bit of taste of it when we won with RCB the second season, and then after this World Cup. I mean, it was just to see all of that. I mean, that made me really happy. I don't know. I have not been out as much in the last 1 month, but I just feel the respect around women's cricket in last 1.5 month has changed massively, and for me, that is what is an achievement for this team. Like, I understand everyone is there, they're talking about it. All of those things are different. For us as women cricketer, we always wanted respect. I mean, you know, that sort of a feeling, and now I see that respect in everyone's eyes for the team, which is a great feeling.
And it's high up in the air.
ये तो आउट है टिश्यूज ये तो 6 है पार्टी आउट 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 666
What a smashing victory.
Big Basket. Everything you need delivered now.
Because no matter what happens, you will always walk into any room as a World Cup winner.
That's you know, yeah, I mean, that's like kind
That's
of
beautiful. So how much planning went into this? Both of you did it together, and like
no planning,
No
nothing. Just before the finals, it was raining. It was an hour's wait. We all were getting little nervous around it, and we were like, why it's raining and all that. And it should start quickly. You know, like how it,
yeah. Of course.
once 1 or 2 balls are done, you kind of feel fine. Till then, you're like the
It
nerves
was like
are
an
there.
hour and a half delay.
Hour and a half delay, and we were just like, let's just get it done. So I was telling Harman that, यार हैरी दी आज जीत जाना चाहिए, जीत गए ना मस्त टैटू करूंगी. मैं आज तक टैटू नहीं करी हूँ, और मैंने सिर्फ वर्ल्ड कप के लिए रिजर्व करा. दिस इज फॉर लास्ट 7 years आई बीन स्पीकिंग. वर्ल्ड कप जीतेंगे उस बार इधर ही टैटू करूंगी. एवरी टाइम आई बीन स्पीकिंग. So she's like, हाँ क्या मैं भी करती हूँ, चले.
She doesn't have any tattoos
she
either.
has few.
She has, yeah.
She has a few. So she went like that, and I was like, हाँ चलो same कर लेंगे. So similar designs, different places, but then we went together. So that was the story. Nothing, there's no planning, nothing. It just happened right there.
But it's really special if you think about it. It's beautiful. That you know, it's something that you it and of course that one picture which we have to thank Radha for. with the two of you and the draped
I
in
saw
the
the
flag.
video later that she draped it.
Yeah. अच्छा उस समय नहीं पता चला.
उस समय हम लोग we were in that emotion.
But yeah, it's you, and of course I'd love to include Deepti in that as well, because you had mentioned it the other day, because it's itna sa heartbreak. You've seen so many moments where you're not able to cross over the line, and then even in those moments so much has changed. There's like pay parity, there's WPL, so you know that road to success has been paved.
Yep.
But then it's on you, the responsibility to actually cross the line.
Yeah, I mean, since the pay parity was done, and whenever we could not win a series or World Cup, so many times questions were asked that why this, that, all of that. And for pay parity, doing pay parity was not because, okay, this is what we're going to get out of it. It was something which was a different story. And it's only going to help, pay parity is only going to help post 3-4 years. It's not like you do it and next tournament you're going to see a result.
Don't understand.
Yeah. So of course the build-up was great. I mean, BCCI, and again I'll have to mention Jai sir, the way he's been instrumental in women's cricket. So I mean, last 4 years there was a way planned for women's cricket, and happy that we could deliver the World Cup. And I remember meeting all of them post World Cup and thanking them actually, like from bottom of our hearts, that your efforts, whatever you did, because I don't feel it's just like this team or something. It's a lot of work which had gone behind WPLs, all the 3 seasons of WPL, everyone playing under that pressure, crowd pressure, franchisee cricket again coming in, getting a lot of professionalism in terms of domestic players. So all of those things combined helped us win the World Cup as well.
Ashwin said it actually. He's like, that moment of you sharing the glory with like past cricketers. It's like, it's not something that, I mean, like, I wouldn't see it happening in men's cricket. To see it happen in women's cricket is beautiful. Again, asking Julian Goswami, Mithali Raj, and all to hold the trophy. How did that happen? Was that planned? Who had that conversation? Who had that thought?
सच बताओ तो कुछ plan नहीं था उस दिन. जो हो रहा था like it was just like raw emotions, because we didn't realize what happened. For the first 10 minutes, I remember when we went inside to change the jersey for the champions written out, and me and Herman like, यार लग समझ नहीं रहा है World Cup जीत गए.
She had the ball in her pocket, na? The
yeah. So
still in the
समझ
pocket.
नहीं रहा है World Cup जीते, and I was like, okay, I also am not understanding. जीते नहीं जीते, like it's a first time, like it's 12 years. Every time you are on the other side of it, twice you've seen other teams lifting in front of you in the same ground, and I mean Mithali Di, Jhulu Di, Anjum Di, Reema Di, everyone were there on the ground. And I just feel, because women's cricket has had its own journey, and I just feel everyone has been part of that journey to get to the place where we won the World Cup. So it happened very, very organically. We went for the lap to say thank you to the fans, and on the way they were doing their broadcast, and I remember telling Jhulu after the New Zealand World Cup, because that I was very disappointed. I had promised her that World Cup we'll do well for her and we'll win it. We could not. And I remember telling her after the World Cup that whenever we win the World Cup, if at all in my time, whenever I'm playing, it will only be for you. And when I saw her, I got emotional around it, that because we had this conversation and we did that. So it was again like all those moments were very organic. Nothing was planned. Who plans? I mean, no, I don't think anyone can plan these things.
I remember like suddenly being caught in this circle of players in that trophy. वो सब live था, exactly like you're saying. हमारा show चल रहा था, and then you've taken all my experts. Yeah, like someone's pulled Julian, someone's pulled Mithali.
Sorry for that.
No, it's okay, because उस circle में, like as when people, whoever took Julian, and so I'm like, ऐसे on the mic, I'm like, just चलो इसका VO कर देती हूँ, मतलब हम record करें. I just turned like that. Smriti standing right there, just quietly watching it. I was like, hey, you're behind me. So just gave her a quick hug, and I was like, congratulations, you're a world champion. And then but it was like, exactly, it was raw, pure, unfiltered.
And also
emotion.
the journalist. I mean, even the.
And you were watching that. Like there was one moment where you were just watching it unfold in front of you. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of lived that moment. I don't, and anyways, enjoy a lot of photos and all. I remember living that whole, like seeing the crowd, looking at the crowd when Ma Tujhe Salam was played. I because again, those are like, it's a photographic memory. You have to close your eyes and you're gonna remember that after 10 years as well.
Yeah.
And not only, I mean, of course, all the former cricketers, but also the journalists later on, the way all the girls went and greeted them and thanked them to be part of this journey. I don't think even not one or two, everyone kind of,
Yeah.
because there are few like 7, 8 who stuck with covering women's cricket, though they were not funded well. They had their own struggles to fight and write about women's cricket, but they stayed and they did that. I mean, all of you guys as well. I mean, it was an easy thing to cover women's cricket because not many eyeballs were there, but for them to still keep doing that, to put our stories out there uh, and make everyone realize or understand more about women's cricket. Again, they are part of the journey too. So all in all, I just felt that day, it just felt like that whole ground, whoever was present was involved in women's
Yeah.
cricket in their own way.
It was a proper part, a slice of history to be a part of. Your family's reactions to all of that, like, you know, being part of such a amazing moment in time.
Yeah, my family was like thrilled. I mean, they've seen me going back after World Cups, locking myself up for 3, 4 days. Not locking myself, like just
I get
being
it, yeah.
like in your own zone for 3, 4 days. They've seen all of those things, and they've seen all the small little battles you do with your own self from a kid. Like as a kid, as a girl, you don't. It's not like everything you get is easy. You have to have your own battles. So they've seen all of those things, which again I don't like to talk about it, nor I share with anyone. But they've seen those silent battles, and they've seen those kind of things where after World Cups, the trolling used to happen, like about Indian team, about me, around choking, chokers, all of those things. They've seen all of those things, and then for them to see us lift the World Cup, for them to see me again like lift the World Cup, for them it was just again not very expressive. मेरे जैसे लोग हैं, not very expressive people, but yeah, I mean I saw my dad being a little emotional or crying, and like my brother, both these two people I've never seen emotional. Anything's happened in our family or anything, I've never seen these two people emotional. That particular day I felt they were like very emotional, and when I saw them, I was like, oh wow, we've done something nice.
Yeah, and also like must be emotional watching other people's parents, families, all of that.
I
Like,
was
because you're all
enjoying.
part of that.
मस्त लग रहा था. मैं बोल रही हूँ ना, मैंने सबको बहुत अच्छे से देखा.
Yeah,
I think I was like one spectator.
you were observing. Actually, I saw you observing.
Yeah, I
like
was
you
seeing
said, taking
everyone.
quite a
Yeah,
bit.
I was taking like even when we won with RCB, I think I was more than being part of celebration. I like to observe. I am that person.
Yeah.
So I was seeing Harman going and jumping on Uncle.
Yeah.
Again, I know Uncle well too because we had few interviews where he and my papa was also part of. Then again, all the families coming on the ground, post it, just that raw emotions. Again, I can't put in words. Just watching it and me being, I was like, you guys only spectator. I started becoming a spectator till people like started taking photos. Till then, I was nicely observing everything,
Yeah.
which was nice. I think I will never forget that memory. Winning World Cup is one thing, but that memory is something different.
That's different. And thankfully, you are like Radha is responsible for that flag wala picture. You are responsible for the Bhangra wala Harmanpreet Kaur, है ना?
So actually, what happened? I was somewhere else. I think, talking to my parents, and till then they had lined up already for the trophy. I went in a little later, so till then they had already were trying to convince Harry that you have to do Bhangra, and Harry was a little shy. कि मैं stage पे कैसा, it'll be weird. I said whole time you do Bhangra whenever we dance. Now you're like,
now you're shy.
So then she's like, अरे नहीं पता नहीं अच्छा. मैंने लगा नहीं करा तो just randomly नहीं करा तो मैं बात नहीं करूँगी. So she was like ठीक है, I will try. But that was such a cute moment.
It was awesome.
It's very cute.
Yeah. That's proper swag also. And I think one of the other things is like, obviously, maybe you've seen it the last couple of years and with WPL and all, that it's not just women supporting women's cricket, right? Like, I don't know if you've seen it because you would have been on social media, but after that semi-final, the amount of videos that were in circulation of like girlfriends putting up their boyfriends' pictures of them shedding tears in that victory, and you know, like men crying for a women's team, and like it's really special to see that shift in culture in a way.
I have other views on it actually, and I used to have this huge problem earlier that in last 4-5 years. There should be a lot of guys coming and watching matches. There should be a lot of guys talking about cricket, women's cricket also, which I don't have a problem, which is nice, good. But there should not be many women watching the match, coming to the stadium, or even on Instagram, or making videos around what they are doing and all. And after World Cup, I saw n number of women, maybe who would have not watched a lot of cricket, but they were coming out and putting out videos around how happy and proud they were. And for me, that is a very nice feeling, because of course men they love cricket, but for me to see girls coming out and putting out and very informed videos.
Yeah.
I would say, not like कि जीत गए ऐसा
But
वैसा.
it's a big misconception that women don't watch cricket.
No, they watch, but
Yeah,
I'm
they
saying
really
with
watch.
women's cricket.
Yeah.
With
They
women's
watch
cricket.
women's cricket too.
No, now I feel it's changed a lot. At least putting out.
You do know that your final rated as high as the men's final.
Yeah,
That was the
I
same.
did. I say that
So
was
that's
a
a
very
big thing.
yeah. That was I mean, for women's cricket, it's a crazy big thing. For it to match the viewership of the T20 World Cup men's final, which was again the most watched, and we all watched that.
Yeah.
So, right again, in overall, I just felt, as I said, we just 4 days we were only on whole World Cup. We were not on Instagram. That 4 days हमने चूज लिया इंस्टाग्राम को. हमने एक दूसरे को भी सिर्फ हम लोग यही भेज रहे थे, ये देखिए हो रहा है यार, ये देखिए हो रहा है. It was like a small, all of us, like even Harman, me, we had become small kid. On our groups also, we were sending, see this happened here, see that happened here.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And there's like been an explosion. There's been like talk shows. There's been like fashion shoots.
Oh,
there's been
everyone's on
like,
a roll.
It's a proper roll, and but like everyone's leaning into it also.
Yeah,
Magazine
yeah.
covers and this and that.
Yeah,
And
I think I'm the most silent one. Everyone's on a roll.
You've been like, you only come to like one event, that too very sweetly. But see, we've seen you dressed up before and all that. But there are people that we've not seen lean into that who are now getting that sort of focus. So like again, remember last podcast we spoke about how it's important to lean into like the business side of it, like the endorsements or what you can do next. And you're doing that. Now I see the others following your lead.
It's such a nice feeling. Everyone's got into that. Everyone's dressing up well, and everyone's like really got into the game. Like everyone's on talk shows. Everything. Next thing I see is a talk show with someone, podcasts or endorsements, and I'm so happy that brands have also come in support of women's cricket. They have started taking women cricketers along with actresses in few of the brands, and that was like earlier it used to also be a lot about looks and all those things. Now they are accepting the way it is and just focusing on what they have achieved, which is the best thing. I mean, it doesn't matter how they are looking or how they speak, or it doesn't matter. They are not trained to do that.
Which part of the country they're from, because your team comes from everywhere in India.
And they're not trained to do that. They're trained to play cricket for the country. They are supposed to win that. They're not supposed to speak or dress well. If they do that, that's a different thing. But they're not supposed to do that. So I'm really happy that brands are accepting the way it is and wanting to put them as face. Also thinking that this is going to help their brand, which is a very nice thing.
And it's high up in the air.
ये तो आउट है. Tissues. ये तो 6 है. Party. Out. 6.
What a smashing victory.
Big Basket. Everything you need delivered now.
You know what we haven't got a chance to speak about since we last spoke, which was RCB winning the trophy, the men's team.
Finally, we are on a RCB podcast. I thought we are on some Indian team podcast.
Following your example. That's obviously got to be something as well.
I think it was written for RCB to win in the 18th year.
Yeah.
Again, I just feel all these things are written. Again, as much as I spoke about World Cup.
You were there again, then? You were there at the finals?
Yeah, I was there at the finals. And again, to see everyone celebrating, more than the victory and all of that, again, I was a spectator. Seeing everyone celebrate. I know the management well. Of course, not many from the men's team, but few of them. But the management, and I saw tears in the management's eyes when this happened. And 18 years is a long wait, but for it to happen in front of me was a nice feeling. Again, those are very nice memories, and very happy for the team.
So, and proper tears in Virat's eyes, because he's been the one. So
I think everyone was just everyone was like very, very excited and happy, and of course for him to be playing for the same franchise, give day in day out. Do everything possible to win, but not able to go over the line. And after 18 years, you get to win that. I mean, it's just, I'm sure I can only imagine what he would have felt after the World Cup, because that's how it feels.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been like that trophy winning time. In fact, speaking to Rajat during the podcast last season, one of the ways I framed my question, I was like, you have a chance to be like the first new captain. You have the chance to be the first. No, but I was like, but he's even smarter, okay? I was like, you have a chance to be the first captain ever. You'll be the first ever captain to win RCB a trophy. Yeah, I meant it because as if no men's captain has done it and they've had great captain. He's like, no, the women's team have done it. They've had a captain.
Sweet
And I'm
on
like,
him.
nice, well played.
Very.
But it was almost like it was a conscious nod to the fact that, no, they've done it. So it's like, yeah, it's our turn now.
हमारा
But
तो second season में हो गया.
that is also
इसको
something
काट
अपना
देना.
second season यही रखना. But like now, obviously, so it comes back onto you then, because I'm very excited for the year professionally you've had as a batter, where you have been breaking records and creating records and, just the most runs in a calendar year. So your bat really has done all the talking. I'm excited to see how that translates into your leadership. Like, does it change anything for you?
In general, I think a lot of things have changed in last 1 year for me personally. Also the way I have become as a person. So I'm sure that's all gonna help in the leadership, because if you work hard enough, if your work ethics are right, you don't need to do a lot of talking. Those things take care of it in terms of them getting motivated. That's what I saw with the Indian team, that when you do a lot of things right, you don't really have to go out there and prove everything and anyone every time.
Yeah.
They just watch you and they'll learn. So that's one big thing which has changed a lot. Plus, I think I've calmed a lot more. I was calm only, but
You
I've
were
still
calm, yeah.
But again, in your head, you're just like, you just don't want to force things. Sometimes
Maturity, is that another
yeah, I think it's
experience?
a little more maturity in terms of maybe every season I would come thinking, oh, I want to do this. I want like in World Cups also, I had this, like, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I think I've come to a place where every day I just do the same thing again. I go to gym, I get up, I do all those things right, and it doesn't matter. So that's one thing which has got a lot of calmness in my head. Again, calm in nature and calmness in head is two different things. You can be calm in the way you conduct yourself, but calmness in head has come a lot in last 1 year for me, and that's how I think I have changed as a person, and I think it will also help me lead in a better way. And also as a batter, I just feel I haven't, like maybe other franchisees or Indian teams, still they've got the best of me. I don't think I've had that kind of an impact as a batter still for RCB. And again, for me, doing daily routines is very important. And I don't want to come to a season saying, I want to do this, I want to do that.
Try something different.
I just want to go and do the exact stuff. Everything will be taken care by him.
But you have very obviously changed your game. So it is like you have worked on a routine to very obviously bring a shift in your game.
Yeah, I mean, sixes are not naturally to me. Wasn't
you
naturally
can still hit
to
them.
me. I would say was not naturally to me before, but
yeah.
I've worked a lot on that. A lot of change of setups have happened here and there. A little bit tweaks in the way I bat. Even now, it's a work in progress. There's a lot of tweaks which I'm doing still, because we have a lot of T20 cricket next 6 months. And again, the power training, the work ethics helps that too, right? Sometimes your miss time goes for a 6 is because of your gym, not because of your batting.
Yeah, of course.
So those kind of
unless
things,
you're Richa Ghosh, then to miss time.
I can't talk about Richa and her power hitting. She's too depressing. I can't watch her. Not in a bad way, in a very good way. I'm saying it's just, when you watch people like that and you just look at yourself and then you're just like, I have to like middle every ball. I have to time every ball well for it to go for 6. That girl just mistimes and goes for a 6. But again, she's special. So I have taken that in account that, okay, she's special, she's different. I'm not watching her, because watching her in nets is also too depressing sometimes. Because you just want to bat like that and you can't. So it's okay. I've accepted it. I'll bat like how I can.
अब तो आपकी टीम में ग्रेस हैरिस भी आ गई नदीम द क्लब में रिचा
मारो सब लोग कोई नहीं मैं सिंगल दे दूंगी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं कोई इशू नहीं आई डोंट हैव ईगो इन दैट
Yeah, but how exciting is it to watch, because you're such an experienced player and you've been you are really, we look at you as like one of the pillars of Indian cricket now. That's the status that you have. To see the Richa Ghosh, like that knock that she had in the World Cup, now she's a World Cup winner, to have Radha, to have Arundhati, to see Shriyanka, returning back to cricket after all these injuries. This next generation of Indian talent that have that aura, because a lot of them playing their first World Cups are world champions.
I'm so lucky. I mean, they're not. Yeah, I'm not lucky. I would say they worked hard enough, but they've worked hard.
But that's their era, right?
Yeah,
like first World Cup and you're a champion.
Yeah, and the way, I mean, they're just very confident people. You don't have to. They are confident plus very hardworking, and also they want to learn, which is a great space to be. I think if you have these three qualities at that age, you're just at a very good place because you're confident in your own skill sets, but you're also wanting to learn more about your game, and plus your work ethics are fine. I feel if you have those three things at that age, you're cruising. And the talent, every one of you, like when the names you mentioned, they have, even for that case of Prema and all of
Yeah,
like
you have a lot
everyone.
of
I
young
mean, they're all
players.
very talented, extremely fit people, really gun on field, which was our also the auction planning in terms of how we want a gun fielding side. So really happy to have them and see what I can help them with, like in whatever ways. I mean, Richa and all are like this now. I feel like I'm their mom only sometimes. Like they, I know Richa and all since she was 16. She was in the challenges team. So I mean, with them, it's a very natural. They know they can't do anything wrong in front of me, like in terms of their work ethics. So that bond is there, and I think that's a nice feeling also that you can play a little bit part of in their journey. Also, is a nice thing, nice feeling.
How involved were you with the auction process and your reactions to a lot of the players that came in, especially some of them being such close friends of yours or part of the same group in a way?
It happened that it kind of unfolded in that way, but we were planning around 4-5 months, and our main focus also was how we wanted seasoned India players who've been part of the Indian setup and whoever was available in auction. And again, you have to prioritize your overseas as well, who overseas you want. And yeah, when the auction happened, I think we missed out on Shika and Asha. That's why maybe we got Arundhati and Pooja and Prema. But yeah, again, that were our option 2 and 3 for sure, and we got them. And sometimes if you get 90% in our auction, you can't believe them. I was after auction, I was like, oh, we really did well.
auction,
We kind of did well. But again, you can't. Auction is one part of it. Again, you have to start building your squad. You have to do a lot of things right to do well. So, but the first part was done right. Now it's on us how we do the second and the third part right.
Do you have expectations or standards set now that a lot of you are world champions when it comes to this season of the WPL? Because it was an amazing first game for you all. Also. Really good to see.
Amazing.
You know, like
I mean, it's typical
are,
RCB game.
yeah,
Like,
everyone's expectations are high because everyone's like, oh, that was a thriller. Now we want more.
I am way past that stage in my
Don't
career.
think of all those things.
I know. I just feel I'm left going to a mountain and sitting like a monk.
But you've like built a mountain for yourself, no? So let's talk about that. Your home is beautiful to see. Like, also, what stage of like construction? नहीं हो गया ना?
हो गया. एक
पूरा हो गया?
एक महीना बचा बस.
हाँ, so आपने अपने आप के लिए cricket pitch भी बनाया था ना पीछे?
There are 6 wickets. Nice gym for myself. Pool, steam.
पूरा महल बनाया आपने, but it's beautiful. It's aspirational to see all of that. How involved were you with the planning and like how it's come about and all those sort of things? It's just...
So one day, I think 2 or 3 years back, I woke up and I watched a Haaland video, who's a Manchester City player. And he woke up and he straight jumped into pool at his house, and then he went training at his house only. And I sent that video to Bhaiya and I was like, I want something like that.
Nice, yeah.
So again, I mean, it was getting in Sangli or anywhere, it was getting hard to go to practice. I want to practice at a very peaceful way. I don't like a lot of people around because you're always surrounded with so many people that you just want to go to a very quiet place. And I was telling also, it's just going to keep growing for women's cricket. There's World Cups coming. We win a World Cup. It's going to get harder and harder for us to go out and do the normal things right. So, and I'm not that person. I get very, with a lot of people and crowd, I think it takes me a lot of time to get over it. I just need my own space every time. I was telling him all those things, and like, it's time that we start building something like that. We'll invest our money, whatever we have others think, we'll invest our money into this, and I feel it will help me grow better as a cricketer. So it's an investment in your own self again.
Yeah.
We started off thinking only with wickets and a gym, and then everything else was very impromptu. ये बना तो उसके बाद भैया बोला अच्छा घर भी चाहिए वहाँ रहने के लिए. We started building house. Then all of those things kind of just unfolded. Paddle and all of those things. Paddle or also pickleball. So all those things came in very later stage. But the basic idea was for me to train at a place where I don't have anyone.
So now you started training there?
Yeah. I've been training there for a year. So first thing which came off was ground and gym.
So then set.
हाँ, एक साल से वो वहाँ पे मैंने training करना तो शुरू कर दिया था. Later on, they started building the house. I was very clear. I want that both things first. उसके बाद तुमको जो करना है करो.
But it's so, you're such a role model to have been able to, like you said, invest in yourself. to set that example for young Indian women that is, if you get those opportunities, that's how you should be thinking of your worth.
Yeah, I mean, if you can invest in yourself, like lot of other ventures would be like, we'll give you 2x, we'll give 3x or 4x, whatever. It's all good. Again, I'm Marwadi. You have to invest well. But I feel if you invest in your own self, you don't know what x it can give.
Yeah.
You have it in your own hands to do it 10x, 20x, 30x.
Mm.
It's not in anyone's hand. So I just feel it's a very good thing to invest in your own self. And at a stage, of course, I did all of those things, basic stuff before. For the first 5 years, whenever things changed in terms of money wise, I did whatever I could for parents and everything. But when there's time to invest in yourself, I think you should just do that, because you don't know what the return is. It might be like 30x, which no one can give.
So is this the best thing that you've given yourself?
I think I don't really get happy or proud, but whenever I see that place, or I go enter to that place, I just feel very
आपने
proud.
कुछ नाम दिया है घर को?
SMAT अभी क्या ही नाम दूं? भैया मेरा कोई काम नहीं है.
So,
हाँ,
तो वैसे भी अब तो that's like if you tell anyone SMAT now, they'll know that the person that they're
But
talking
that's not
about.
me, my brother. I don't know, he's obsessed with SMAT. I'm very shy. I'm like just
Someone needs to be obsessed. तो भाई है ना, he needs to be obsessed with you. What you mean?
I told them give like Mandhana Farm or something like that. They are like no SM, and we all are SM.
Yeah,
Mummy,
exactly.
Mummy, Papa, Bhaiya, all are SM. They are all name starts with S. So it's become like SMAT now.
It's a special thing from that perspective as well, if you think about it. So like this phase with, as you said, you don't like too much of the noise, or you like a little space for yourself, but it's only increased in the last few months with the World Cup win and being the person that you are, and you are like the premier player for India right now. So are you okay with sometimes owning it and being in the spotlight and taking
till
it
it is there, I like owning it. I don't shy away from it. Once I'm on the field, I like it. I mean, if the crowd is cheering for you, it's a nice feeling. You've earned it. You've worked hard enough. You've played your cricket to be that person. I have never played my cricket not to be this person. I have played my cricket to be this person, to have this, to feel this. So I don't really not enjoy that. I do enjoy that part of it also. But again, after a month of that, you need like 5-6 days to yourself. That 6 days are enough for me to get recharged and come
What do you
back.
do in those 6 days? You take time off, no? Training, say, and all that?
I've just become very, like, I remember after World Cup, I thought, okay, I'm going to take like 10 days break and not do anything. Third day, I called up my trainer. I'm like, I'm getting bored. Please come. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing. I just got obsessed with it.
Yeah.
It's like, if I don't do it, I just feel very weird about it. So it's a nice thing only now. In last 1 year, which has changed a lot. पहले मैं training करती थी cricket खेलने के लिए. अभी training करती हूँ because I started enjoying training, which is I'd never thought that apart from batting I'll enjoy any other thing.
It's become like your happy place now?
Yeah,
like
it's
being in
become,
the gym?
I remember after World Cup, third day I was there. Whatever happened in the last 1 month, the next day I was in the gym, which was the best thing for me. I mean, that kind of put my mind into right place, and which is, again, I can't explain. It's a very empowering feeling, and it's like to do those things, I don't think that anyone and anything can take away from you.
You listen to any music or anything? Or
Oh, my music is boring.
नहीं इतना तो boring नहीं हो सकता.
I listen to all stupid slow songs. I don't know, Arjit Singh songs on
workout to Arjit
workout.
Singh.
That's what I'm saying. No one should be training with me. But nowadays I've gotten better. Little swag has come, so I have started listening to Dhurandhar songs a little.
So who brought this swag for you? All ये जो बच्चे,
बच्चे लोग. Actually, I think I had it in me till these guys came up. Then once I remember putting up this sort of song in one of the photos. And then I was like, oh, okay, this can be my vibe too. And then I started listening to all the South Indian entry songs as well. And then now like Powerhouse.
अब तो करना पड़ेगा. I mean, अब RCB के लिए खेलते हो. Like, it's like अलग level. The swag तो अलग level का.
Yeah, I love Tufan. I feel it was my World Cups. It was a lot of my pre-match song as well. Tufan. Yeah. Sometimes when that before going into crowd, you feel like you wanna give yourself that kick. Tufan was a nice song for me at that time.
If anyway, otherwise these RCB guys will edit some of your shots with one of they're very good at selecting the songs.
Please do it Tufan. I love Tufan.
So
next time please do it Tufan.
Next time any of her promo shoots are there and all that. No, when she's got that. Now you've got the look down also. I can see like when you raise the bat, like सब practice करते हो ये तो बस natural आ गया.
अभी हम एक short movie भी कर ही सकते हैं. इतनी तो acting कर ली हमने.
Oh, that has to be my question. There has to be a movie made about this World Cup. And karenge,
Oh, World Cup,
100% karenge. Okay, who should play Smriti?
Oh, who should play
अगर
Smriti Mandhana?
आपका like if you had your own
Lefty कौन है?
you know, but an actor will take on that role. No,
It's hard to like change your righty to lefty ना.
कर लेंगे. It's okay.
मैं तो बोलूँगी वो उसे अच्छा राइट्स खरीद के हमारी बैटिंग ही डाल देना. That's a better
अब
way.
तो ये भी कर सकते हैं. We've done it
Yeah.
before. They'll take your batting off the face.
आजकल क्या जरूरत
Exactly.
है? Just make a
You
movie
guys can
around
just
that.
play yourself also the way that
No,
you're
हम
so-
लोग नहीं ये जो ऐड ही करा रहे मेरे से बस हो गया है. But it would be cool to have a movie made because I think the whole 2 months were only a
It was
movie.
amazing. Yeah,
Like
it was.
ups and downs
Yeah.
and all of those things, the emotions. I feel it's a nice proper blockbuster Bollywood movie.
It was a proper script. Final question, taking this World Cup win, heading now into a T20 World Cup, which will be just after the WPL. The phase that you're in when you look at those sort of challenges, opportunities.
It's massive 3-4 years for women's cricket. I would not only say now. We have a T20 World Cup, then a Champions Trophy, then Olympics, and then a One Day World Cup, which is like next 4 years. If we do a lot of things right, we can leave women's cricket at a place where it's not reached ever. That's one thing which is very motivating for every workout I do. It's a very motivating
And
thing.
personally, for you, that's your big motivation. Like that's your
Yeah, it's-
legacy, or you're writing your own legacy.
इतना नहीं सोचा, but
Soch lo, Smriti, you can do it.
I don't know about my own legacy, but for team's legacy for sure. I don't know. I have never thought around how I want to leave. I still have a lot of
You
years
do,
left.
yeah, you do, of course.
So I haven't thought of that part of it. But again, it's for, as I said to you initially, for women's cricket, it's again proving. I know World Cups happen, but we are on a journey where we need to keep proving again and again and again, because for us, the support is around how much we win. So for us, we have to be very consistent, and we all know that, and we have accepted it. There's no fight around it, no emotions around it. We've accepted it, and we are very happy with it. But yeah, again, it's a motivation to keep getting better, keep doing well. See around and see at yourself, see about your batting, how I don't know, I have not thought about results of what's going to happen. It's just a journey. I have started thinking in that terms in last 1 year. It's a journey within my own self, how I want to look in terms of as a batter, how I want to look as an athlete, or how I want to motivate girls to come and play the sport. I mean, everything's a part of journey, and I'm extremely excited about the whole journey of how hard work has become very addictive for me now, so which is a very nice feeling, and I just hope that it keeps continuing.
Very excited to see where this journey takes you, and of course watching your journey. So thank you so much for joining us. All the best for the season, and of course the best for the next 4 years, because that's your target. So it's a beautiful
It's a long
way,
time,
but it's a beautiful way to think of it. So thank you so much for taking out the time.
Thank you so much.
Big Basket presents the RCB Podcast.